Welcome back everyone to another video. Today I'm playing Anime Dimensions. It's a new game that I relatively saw quite often on my recommendations every time I would play this game, or every time I would play Roblox. And so I decided I would check it out. I did one little run, which ended up putting me a little higher up into, I think it was level 3 for the current moment. Yeah, level 3. And then I started looking, and I saw that if you go to the shop, they have all these different kinds of characters and everything. And of course, they have costumes and stuff like that as well. But what I took interest in was they have a Rimuru as a character. And so I did the most logical thing, and I used all the codes they had, and that didn't make it up to bring me up to it. So now I'm going to do the most second logical thing to do and buy the gems. In other words, a pay to win. That way, I can buy the Rimuru. And I'll go ahead and I'll do one normal run with the character I chose first. And then I'll do the next one as Rimuru. That way, you all can see kind of the first run through. Okay, so you end up joining, and you join this little area. You have your 4 little moves, and then you have these little titan. Well, for this stage, it's titans here. Your goal is pretty much just to kill this whole area. Obviously, as you get farther up into the moves, your moves obviously will get stronger. So there's that, but they end up having more cooldowns. So it is kind of difficult to use all your stronger skills, at least spammable. And you do have an M1, so there is all that. Like I said, we didn't do hardcore, so I end up having, not really having to worry about when I die. But you have this little time here that's going down, and that means you end up having to go, within 8 minutes. And with this game is kind of a memory of a few different ones. Like with Anime Mania, you have the iframes in here. There's a game called Dungeon Quest, which is you enter dungeons and you start playing around like that. And then it's got all these anime characters in it, which are pretty cool. So I like the concept to this game. It's already pretty fun, and I did enjoy playing it even though I only did the first run. Alright, so that's the first boss. There are 2 bosses total, and we discovered that when you don't do the hardcore, you just reset to regain health. Since you end up regaining health naturally, but at the same time, it still does take a while. Because you can get, so the little cards, you can get little health bonuses, like an added regen, or you can just reset if you aren't doing hardcore, and it'll give you some more HP. I like the concept. The designs are pretty cool. The characters are, like with most games I've been noticing now with anime characters, they don't have faces to them. But that's fine. It's not super laggy, which is also pretty cool. And it's running fairly smoothly. And I like it. It's got a fun concept. It's almost like you mashed a bunch of different games together and got the good concepts from each one and put them in this game. And then added a few other design bonuses. So as you saw, when I did my 4th move, it's really flashy, which really doesn't bother me much. But at the same time, it makes me invincible, so even if I use it, it won't matter much. It looks like I might end up being alone here. And there you go. You see, we ended, we have S, and then we got these little characters. The private servers in this game are free, but they don't really have much of a concept to them, seeing as once you finish the round, you end up getting set back here. Okay, so there you go. As you saw, once you finish up the little dungeon raid, whatever it is you want to call it, you end up getting these little card things. Oh, I did the shop, sorry. So you go to bag, and you get these. And eventually, if you end up getting lucky enough, oh, sorry. If you end up getting lucky enough, you'll get the little characters from there, which I ended up getting Sakura from it. But I'm not going to use her, because I have this character, which is Rimuru, that I ended up buying. So now I'm going to have him equipped. I don't have any, oh, I do have a costume. You can equip the costumes, and basically all they do is they make you look like a different character, even if you aren't that actual character. You know, you maintain the Rimuru, even though you have Kirito's costume on, or whatever else costume you have. The cards give you little bonuses, and you can upgrade them. Oh, these ain't the right ones. For some of these, once you get to level 5 and then level 10, they'll unlock 2 new abilities, but these ones won't do that for you because they're common, I guess. So this is, you can have 3 of them equipped, and then they'll buff up your attack some. And as you see, you can get all these other kind of things here. See the HP regen, the HP, you have gold XP, critical damage, critical chance, attack, your HP, and then your main attack. So yeah, and now we're going to continue again. I'm going to go back to create, go back to this one. We'll do easy again, friends only, and then I'll create. But like I said, this game is pretty fun, in all honesty. I'm not great when it comes to commentating, so it is kind of difficult for me to speak on all of this kind of stuff and make this game sound really fun, but it is a really fun game in my opinion. It's a mix of, you know, multiple different types of animes, but it's still really fun in its own, which is what I like about it. It's got all these different kinds of concepts into one, and it shows, you know, a multitude of things, which make the game, in my opinion, really fun, because it's not just one little thing, it's many other things that are about it, you know. It's not just a dungeon quest-like game, it's got anime concept to it, and it's not just, you know, it's multiple things. And you see right here, once I get it up to level 5, it gives me a new skill, and that skill is 7 times gold, or plus 7% gold. And then I end up doing it all over again. And yeah, the concept can obviously get a little kind of in there to lacking, because it's just the same thing of playing the dungeons, but that still isn't all too much, because the game itself is still really fun to play. And I do really enjoy playing the game, so even though I haven't played it much, I enjoy it. It's fun. The concept are pretty cool, and I think if the owners of this game put out some updates and keep it entertaining for everyone, it'll go pretty far. So my friend has a different little thing happening, so he's not going to be with us anymore. So there's that. So yeah, now we'll be, I guess, soloing it or joining other people for the random playthroughs of them. I don't really know how to make, I guess, good content. I mean, it's kind of an obvious thing, but I'm also starting out, so that kind of stuff is difficult for me. But when it comes to these really fun games, I'd like to be able to make good content to keep all of you really happy and engaged into the video, since most of you don't seem to watch all too far into it, which is obviously a little sad, but I guess understandable, because without the amount of content there, it's kind of difficult for anyone to stay entertained. So I was wondering if you guys have maybe any little key ideas as to how I could try to produce some more good content that would keep you all entertained into these videos that I make. Just as simple little concept ideas or little things that I could try doing that might help out. And the bosses have red lines, as you clearly have seen, that show where their attack is going, and that's a pretty helpful thing to see. And as you see, you end up getting pretty huge combos. You have the time, and as you saw, well, if you saw, the boss was actually a lot easier that time when it is that I was there alone. He had only 800 health versus, I think it was like 1600, which was his HP with my friend being in there. And that's because, like with most other games, their HP is heightened when they have multiple people. Because obviously if you had, say, like someone who was level 40 playing this game with you on the first stage, and the boss only had 800 health instead of gaining health for the amount of players that were there, it would make him really easy to play, and it would pretty much ruin that to the moment for you. And see, he has only 1500 health instead of, I think it was like 300 or so, or 3000. Also, I am sorry in general if just the audio of this video is bad. I'm trying something different, and that would be recording on my laptop instead of on my phone. So this way, one, instead of having the terrible shaky screen or it not be completely in full screen, that'll be there, but I don't know all of how to edit properly on this quite yet, so that'll be something I'll have to try and figure out, as well as trying to trying to get the audio good on here, because the audio on my laptop is not the greatest, as well as just in general, I don't have a good audio for my phone either right now, but my phone has a better audio. The issue is I can't get the recording to basically fit my whole laptop, and I don't have a mic that works with my laptop as of the current moment. So it's kind of on the more difficult side for me to really try doing anything when it comes to recording audio. So I'm making the choice between having a better recording audio or just having a better recording screen. So in other words, instead of having good audio, I have the good little screen that's not shaking and everything, and it shows you all the whole view. So yeah, and I don't have a good enough mic that'll really work with my laptop. I found out that, I could use my mic to plug into this laptop that I have been using to record with on my phone when I had the little capability of doing that. But that didn't work at all because the phone basically, or not the phone, the mic, in my opinion, when I had the mic attached to my laptop and I was recording on it that way, the audio was significantly worse than if I were to just speak to you right now with the audio on my laptop. That's my opinion with how it really was, because it was just not great audio. So I'm using my, just the audio on my laptop instead of trying to do the audio on my mic mixed with my laptop. Because in my opinion, that'll produce a bit better of a sound for everyone, so that way no one is struggling with that. But just alone, the audio really isn't that great in my opinion. But it is better with just my laptop's audio than if I were to add my mic onto it. For everyone and just in general. Because I'm already going to post this one, I know that. I'm just going to have to do all the recording and editing to it all first. But I just kind of hope that there's at least some way I can figure out how to get somewhat better audio or at least better content. That way I can keep you all kind of entertained into the videos, since I already know that not everyone exactly watches all of them from beginning to finish, or beginning to end. So yeah. Alright, well, I think that's going to be it for today's video, everyone. I hope that you did enjoy the video and that you might be able to maybe find some ways to help in, and that you might actually check out this game. The game is called Anime Dimensions. You know, it's on Roblox, and it is a really fun game. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye.